What seems to be overrated, until you actually try it? 2 things work: boots/shoes and quality underwear. If you work on your feet, do not skimp on your footwear. It saves on fatigue and body aches. Just for starters, I am currently wearing the ugliest pair of boots I've ever owned, just because they were the most comfortable pair I tried on while shopping. They are work boots. Who gaf what they look like? They will be filthy on the first day at a construction site. As far as the underwear, once you wear a good quality pair, you'll never want to go back. Getting skincare that actually works for you instead of whatever is convenient. I had terrible acne for years and I would just use whatever skincare I got my hands on instead of finding something that actually cleared up my skin. Good headphones. You'll hear little nuances in music you've heard hundreds of times before but didn't notice. 2 monitors for your computer. Once you go to, you'll never go back. Hiring movers. I used to pride myself in my moves, but that was just me and my stuff from one bedroom to another. When I got married, we started renting our own apartments and the stuff accumulated over the years. When we moved to NYC, we hired my buddy's moving company and it was amazing. When we moved apartments the next year, we hired another company and it was so nice not having to move a single thing up the stairs. We have not moved in 6 years now and I hope we won't have to anytime soon, but we will 100% pay the extra hundreds of dollars to not schlep couches and dressers. 100% my friend. Having moved apartments 4 times and hating every single minute of it, I decided when I bought my house that I would pay a company to do it. The $300 I paid was so worth it. Just the thought of having to move all of my stuff now gets me irritated. Getting a good massage. I was almost 30 and had never had one before, and I didn't really care to anyway, but my girlfriend found a deal for a couples massage on Groupon at some shitty hole-in-the-wall place, so we went. It was a terrible massage and I left feeling worse than when I came in. I thought my apathy towards massages had been confirmed. A while later my back was really hurting, so I decided to maybe give it one more shot at a nicer place. This time it was amazing and so peaceful I almost fell asleep. I walked out the door with no back pain and feeling completely refreshed. I'm glad I gave it a second chance. Many fancy, expensive restaurants. I've always been frugal. After marriage I've joined my in-laws on several occasions for nice dinners. My taste buds are still in shock at the flavors that exist among foods I've eaten all my life. There is a true art to cooking that can't be replicated without years of education and training. On the other hand, hole-in-the-wall places. Some of the best cheap foods are gonna be served by a lovely grandmother in an alley tenement or a food truck parked in an unused auto body shop parking lot. People always say that you should try the locals' food, and I absolutely agree. If a place seems sketchy, but there's a line at 1 a.m., the food is gonna be good. Really good water pressure, from a shower head. Also Monster Energy ham. Monster Energy ham. Yeah, I gotta know. Do you soak the ham in energy drink? Ah crap. Now I gotta try it. Actually spending time improving your relationships with family and friends. Finding something you truly enjoy. For me, although I suck, it's 3D modeling, so go out there and try out some hobbies, you never know what you'll like. Getting 8+ hours of sleep. Edit. Sure, everybody needs to find his or her magic hour. Some people need only 6 or 7 hours of sleep, some people need 8 or 9, it doesn't really matter that much if you are fresh and feel good the morning after. 8 seems to be around the average, so I just used that. I cannot emphasize this enough, a quality pillow. Can confirm. Due to being born poor, I had the same pillows for far longer than I should have. I'm talking you might as well sleep on an empty pillowcase levels of used pillow. When I finally got a job that paid a decent wage, the first thing I brought was a pillow. That was the best investment in my life. And mattress, and sheets. My ex got mad at me when I spent almost $2,000 on my whole bed setup, but then has no problems with $100 bar tabs and $200 dinner nights out. My people, you spend 8 hours a night, 3,000 hours a year on your bed. It should be the most expensive, or just best quality regardless of price, item you purchase for your home. Anything less is just cheating yourself. Why? It seems cliché and overdone, at least in US, but for good reason. I used to wonder why people would fly so long just to go to the beach when FL or CA is so much closer. It's a true cultural experience, not just beaches and tropical drinks. You sound like me. I never wanted to go. We were trying to find somewhere to go for our honeymoon and a travel agent friend suggested Hawaii. I scoffed and my wife really was into it. I said fine, let's do it, not sure I'm gonna enjoy it much though. We went for 2 weeks, hit 3 islands, Oahu, Big Island, Maui, and I have thought about going back every day since, almost 10 years ago. There is just something about it that gets into your soul. Pearl Harbor, Diamond Head, North Shore, Hana Highway, Black Rock, Kilauea, Kona, the food is amazing, Mai Tais are heaven sent and the scenery is always beautiful. Exercising regularly. Having an actually reasonable sleep schedule. Treating your mental health right. Pretty much just treating yourself well. Good quality fruits and vegetables. It may sound overrated, but good, fresh foods taste amazing. I thought to look at the starry sky is boring, but in fact it is very beautiful. When I was a child, my dad taught me about the constellations and birdwatching. He said if you know the stars and birds you'll never be bored wherever you go. He was right. Also, plants. Once I started learning to identify them, I was amazed by how many different species of wildflowers are just everywhere. Tailored clothing, you can have just about any body shape, but when you have it tailored to your actual size you go from looking okay to looking amazing. Sleep. Nutrition. Hydration. Believe me when I say this. It's a cold, dark world until you tune those 3 together. Going to bed early as Fiok. As a millennial, a full-time job and falling asleep early. Was a night owl for years, depressed for a few, had a few part-time jobs here and there because I thought that I would hate working full-time. Turns out I like waking up early and really needed the structure in my life. Helped with my depression immensely and I'm not so sad anymore these days. Sure, I have less time to do other things, but now they actually feel like hobbies, not like things I used to pass an excessive amount of time. Drinking water. It's amazing how much better I feel when I consciously choose to drink more water. Good mouse for your PC. I've been using random $10 stuff. Around 2008 I got SS Kana, and this spring I got G403 and holy shit it's so good. If Apex Legends had a good stat tracker I am sure I've jumped quite a lot of steps just from mouse change. Edit Slowfig. Not being piss poor. Now I'm lower middle class and that money makes all the difference in the world for my health and happiness. Who would have thought? Money can't buy happiness should really be money can't guarantee happiness all the time for everyone, because holy moly can a little money buy a lot of happiness when you have none. Getting a dog or any pet. I used to scoff at dog owners talking about how much they love their dogs. I acknowledge that, but I don't really understand how can anyone's love for dogs surpass everything else? This just seems so overrated and I think I can do without it, thanks. This is until I have my own. I cannot imagine a day without him. I work hard to give him a good life. I make sure he eats and exercise as well as I do. I cry when he's hurt and laugh when he's happy. I love my dog. Come scoff at me. Trampoline parks. Took my toddler and wife to one for a kids' party. We were out doing errands before, so we showed up early. I had no intention of doing that childish stuff. It costed close to the same to buy an hour for the family as it did just for one toddler, so we said what the heck. Turns out that I haven't had that much fun in a while, and really needed that time with my family. We have been stressed out about buying a house, switching jobs, cut in pay, etc. etc. But instead of suffering through a toddler birthday party like I expected, my wife, kid, and I had a blast with each other, just jumping and playing, and I felt like a kid again. Not many other parents really did it that much, and we were definitely going at it the most. I felt a little self-conscious being all sweaty and out of breath, but then I looked over at my family having such a good time, and I instantly said fuck it again, and we were going at it until they called time on our hour that we bought, and we reluctantly vacated the trampoline area. I usually roll my eyes when I hear this, but mindfulness and meditation. I just took a really good course at my job for accepting new employees, and we had this section on mindfulness and meditation, cue the eye rolling. But it was so interesting. And I really gained a lot of insight about how to apply principles on both my personal and professional life, to maintain wellness and well-being. Nature, seriously. Be in nature more. And without your phone. Since many have commented on the safety benefits of bringing the phone, I agree with that. If you're bringing your phone, have it turned off and or in airplane to avoid social medias and other distractions. If you're going for a shorter walk hike and are confident in, you might consider leaving it. By my opinion, but bring your phone with you, and make sure to bring that power bank if you're going more than a few days or hiking on a trail that's said to be difficult and the risks of hurting yourself is higher. Bring it. But always tell someone where you're going and when you should be coming home at least. Reddit. Especially once you get past the main big subs and find smaller communities dedicated to your interests and fit your personality more.